have just done 3 things that I have never done in my life before. And here I am at 87, just returned home from San Diego with a wonderful weekend visit with Mikey and Sabrina and the 3 kids. And I've got to tell you all about it. And because it involved some things that I pushed myself to do, I still think that it's a video that you would like to see, my friends, and perhaps think about some things that you haven't done in your life. They don't have to be real risky things like jumping out of planes, but push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, like I did that day. I almost didn't do 2 of those things, and they convinced me to do it. And you know what? They were exhilarating. I'm so glad that I did them in the end. And that's what I'm trying to convey in this video. Going to San Diego and visiting the kids was always something Moosey and I did together. And Mikey has been saying for 2 weeks now, Mom, come on down, spend the weekend with us, because as you know, Moosey is in a skilled nursing and has been for, well, he's been out of our home, and I've been living here alone for pretty much 2 months now. And you know, I've run the gamut of emotions from low, listening to the silence, just having all sorts of emotions about being alone, gotten over them, gone out, got my mojo back last week with a couple of visits to the Apple store, learning some more things about technology. But I know you've said, it's okay, Nanny, forget the technology, we're okay. So I think I'm going to do that. That's not one of my worries right now. Moosey said to me a couple days ago, he said, you know, go on down, spend some nice time with Mikey and the kids and have some fun. And so reluctantly, because I was about to drive to San Diego alone, although I've been driving for 6 years now. Moosey hasn't been driving, but he's always been there as my co-pilot. And it is a wonderful drive. So I said to myself, okay, I'm going to go. So I visited Moosey on Friday. I brought him some things that he needed. And very early Saturday morning, I drove down. I got up and was ready to go. I had my bag packed. You know, as an 87-year-old, you have to think how long you're going to be gone, what you're going to be doing, and what you're going to be needing that you didn't need other years. And as you know, I have my great big bag over there now that I always pack, my toilet lifter, which is about this high. Mikey has these tiny little kindergarten toilets, and I can't believe it. When I go down, I plop down. So I always have to take my toilet lifter. The kids are used to that now. It's one of these things that's portable. You pop it on and off toilets, and I'm set to go. The other thing I always have to take now are my knee braces. So I've got my one bag of old lady necessities and my other bag, my nightie and my makeup and everything. So off I went at 7:30 in the morning. It was a lovely drive most of the way. There was one backup, which I was hoping I wouldn't have, but it settled quickly. We had to slow down on the drive. It took about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, 15 minutes. But it's down the 15, which is a little bit inland going down. And it's the most beautiful scenery on the way. Just a lot of barren hills upon hills, lots with rocks. And first you run into palm tree farms of just trees after trees. There's so much open land. And then as you get into Fallbrook, you see miles and miles of avocado trees. You know, I found myself meditating. It was such a lovely ride in a beautiful setting and an easy drive that I had no music on. I just looked at the sky and the beautiful hills and found it was my time to do some meditating and just loved it. So that set me up for the weekend. What a cute place this is. And my Mikey for dragging me through. These must be prize winners. Wow. You want to buy this? It's $150. So I arrived a little bit after 9:30 and I pull in the driveway, and as usual, I always honk the horn and the kids come running out and they grab my bags, and Dane always grabs the big bag with the toilet lifter and everything. And I said, "Oh, maybe I'll carry that, Dane." I said, "I'll carry that, Dane." He said, "No, Nanny, it's okay. So he knows enough to put it in the bathroom, and in we went. Well, Sabrina and Mikey had the breakfast all ready to go. It was a little late for breakfast, and the kids were hungry, and they had prepared chili chilies. Chilies. Is that it? I don't know what. But it's eggs and corn tortillas broken up, and some spices, of course, chilies, and I don't know what else, but it was a big plate of eggs with these tortillas, and then the Tabasco on there was delicious. So we started off the day with that, and then we always sit down and the kids do some sort of a performance. Lizzie and Megan love to do their latest dance for me. They're always doing little routines together. Dane always, he plays the trumpet, and so he always puts on a little performance, and it's just so good. We sit there. They've recently put an addition onto the house, a big addition. It's almost like doubling the house. So I always like to see what's new in the house, and have a nice big guest room with a big king-size bed, which I was looking forward to there. So we decided, they said, we were thinking about something we wanted to do. We're going to go to a pumpkin patch, Nanny. Can you handle that? And I thought, oh, sure. I have my knee braces I can put on. Just walking around picking out pumpkins is fine. Well, we left, I don't know, somewhere around 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock maybe. And by the way, Dane, who is 15 and has his driver's permit, drove all the way there. It was in a place called Rancho Bernardo, and you had to drive on the freeway about 20 minutes away. And there was 15-year-old Dane driving all of us in their big wagon. Mikey sitting in front, not the least bit worried. And I thought, isn't this wonderful? Dane was as calm as can be and did the most. They've been practicing with him. Honestly, I can't believe these kids are growing up. But anyway, we get out in the country and we arrive at this, must have been hundreds of acres of this huge big place with tents and fields and fields, miles and miles of beautiful big sunflowers that were 7 feet tall, and corn growing way up all over the place. And then they had the tents of pumpkins and fun things, and there were people pulling in. So we pulled in, and there was also feeding the little baby goats and mommy and daddy goats. Oh, you always feed the animals. So we got in, and Sabrina said, "Okay, Nanny, there's a couple of things we're going to do." I did see a couple of these giant tractors with big, long carts behind them with railings. They were hayride trucks. They weren't trucks. They were pulled by, what do you call those things? Tractors, big, giant tractors. And I saw them going around as we came in down this dirt road, and they weave in and out of the beautiful fields of sunflowers. And so Mikey said, "Are you up for this, Mom?" I said, "Oh, no, I don't think I'm going to go on the hayride. That might be too active for me. Maybe be too bumpy, whatever." And I was a little bit hesitant about that. And then they said, "Okay, let's go through the maze first." And I said, "Maze? What do you mean maze?" And that word sort of scared me because I know what a maze is. And for some reason or other, whenever we had the chance to go through mazes, I was always the one that didn't want to go through. I was so afraid always of getting lost. And mostly there are these cornfields where the corn is 8 feet high and you can't see a thing, but paths that go sometimes to nowhere, sometimes here. Well, Mikey said, "Mom, I'm going to be with you all the way on these things. Come on." So I am not a risk taker. I have to tell you that. All my life, I've been a steady person. Don't like to do anything that takes my wits away from me. Anything that's too awfully risky. Some of the kids are real risk takers, couple of the grandkids have jumped out of planes, with the parachutes and all that, which I could never do. So many things that I must say I have an anti-bucket list of things I will not ever do in my life. But I thought maybe a maze would be one of them. But the kids always are, oh, come on, Nanny, we'll do the maze. So we walked there was quite a bit of walking during this, which I was fine for some reason, or I think I built up my stamina for walking. So we all went in, and of course the kids ran ahead and left us. And Sabrina was kind of trying to keep up with the kids, so it was just Mikey and I. And we got into this maze and hit some dead ends here and there. I did take film, and I'm going to show you this. I hope you enjoy it, especially if you've never been in a maze. Mikey was an Eagle Scout by the time he was 15. And he said, you follow footprints. The ones that have the most footprints are probably the way out. So we were always checking the footprints. Well, it was funny. We finally met up with Dane, and this was about after half an hour. And Dane said, follow me. I found the way out. So that was an experience, a fun experience, believe it or not, that I thoroughly enjoyed and thought that I would never do the rest of my life. You gonna find it? Mikey says, look at the footprints. Look at our shadows.
That's definitely a dead end.
Now, Mikey has a theory. He said, look at the floor, and if you see more footprints going one way, take it. What do you think? That's a dead end, Mikey says, that way.
That's the dead end.
And this has to be a dead end.
I think people are going that way.
That has to be a dead end down there.
Well, I see a turn down there.
Yeah, but...
Okay, so we go up. But look at all the growth here.
Yeah, that's a dead end right there.
That's a dead end. Do you think the kids have found it? Okay, we're following you, Sabrina. Ooh. Okay, I see footprints.
Oh, I think it feels good.
I hear voices.
I think it feels good this way.
Sabrina says she feels good about this path.
If it's not, we gotta go all the way back.
Let's check out those footprints, Eagle Scout. What do you think, Mikey?
It's looking pretty good.
I'm following that redhead, curly-haired guy up there. He says he knows. Are you enjoying this, my friends? Have you ever been on a maze? And the next thing we did was the kids wanted to feed the little baby goats, and they have them enclosed in an area, and you buy some green hay, which is like candy to them. So the kids went in there. Megan didn't want to do that. Megan's a bit like me. She sat some things out. So Dane and little Lizzie, the animal whisperer, went in and had a fun time feeding goats and things. Oh, Lizzie, they know you. There's Lizzie in there feeding. Aren't they cute? Oh, there's Dane. Oh, look, they jumped up on Dane. The shaggy one over there.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Oh, now they're after Lizzie. Oh, look, they're following Lizzie around. Oh, did he steal some?
Yeah, I'm scared.
You done? Yeah, no. Oh, look at the baby. Oh, Lizzie's down with the baby. Look. Yeah. So then we decided, the kids also, let's go on the hayride. So Sabrina had to go and buy tickets. It was $5 a person to, all these things are extra, to ride on this big truck. Well, I had seen this truck go around and around. It was going a little too fast for me and bumpy through all these hills and things. And I said, you guys go. Don't buy tickets for me. I'm going to sit this one out. Mikey said, I'll stay with you, Mom. He's so protective of me. So they didn't buy a ticket for Mikey or myself. So we all walked a lot. You keep walking all over the place to get to all these things. It's way spread out. So we got down to where you get online for the next hayride. Big long truck with hay bales in it. You sit on the hay bales and hang on to the bars. And then this huge big tractors driven by a real cowboy man with a cowboy hat and everything. So we got down to the line. There was nobody in line. And Serena said, oh, how long are we going to have to wait before you fill it up? And we walked down with them because we wanted to kind of take pictures as they took off. And he said, oh, come on, get on. I'll take you guys for a ride anyway. We don't have to wait for anyone else. Well, it was a huge, big truck. And I thought, wow, that's fun for them. So the three of them went and hopped on. And he said, come on, Granny, or whatever he called me. Well, he was a grandpa himself. And I said, no, I'm not going on this one. Oh, he said, come on. I said, no, I saw you going there. You were going too fast for me. He said, I'll go easy. So I looked at Mikey, said, go on, Mom, go. He said, come on, it's free. I'll let you ride for free. So I said, okay. So Mikey stayed there, and I turned around and I said, what about Mikey? Mikey come. He said, come on, Mikey, you come too. So you can both ride for free. Well, we both got on with the rest of the kids, and just us, the five of us, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us got on this truck, and we were opposite the kids and Sabrina. And Sabrina was taking videos, I was taking, and we rode all through these hills, through beautiful cornfields, saw the maze of corn, scenery, beautiful, hill upon hill, just the most gorgeous ride. Yes, it was bumpy. Mikey sat with his arms around me. We were fine. And it was not too bumpy. And it was another something that I probably have never done in my whole life. Possibly ones that I don't quite remember when I was young. But I might have been in Girl Scout camp when I was about 10. And I don't quite remember it. It wasn't fun, whatever was the matter. So that was the second thing I've never done in my life.
So pretty.
Look at the beautiful sunflowers over there. Wow.
Some yellow ones.
Look at those pretty trees. Well, from here on in, we just walked around. The kids walked up into the pumpkin fields. Each one of them picked out their pumpkin. You know, you have to walk around and let the pumpkin speak to you, and that's the one you choose. And then Sabrina went up into the cornfields and picked just armfuls of stalks. Cute. Well, after they all got their pumpkins and their sunflowers, we all packed everything into the car. Dane drove home, and everybody took a little nap. Now, filling up the car. Lizzie says the bees are still following Some of them she brought home that were 6 feet high, growing with several beautiful big sunflowers on them. And then she sent me home with some for me, and I will show you these. My stalk of about 8 or 10 of these beautiful sunflowers, they're huge, is probably about 2.5 feet tall. And I have these on the piano because, by the way, Shamu has taken over Moosey's red leather recliner now and doesn't sleep and sit all day long. She's out most of the day, but at night she used to sleep up on top of the piano. Now she doesn't. I went in to take a nap, but Lizzie came in and laid next to me, and she wanted to write a cute little letter to Moosey, and she wanted to watch some of the movies that we took. So we didn't really sleep. Lizzie and I kind of looked at my iPad and looked at movies and things. But what a wonderful day. Well, Sabrina left about 5 o'clock, somewhere around there, 4:30 or 5 o'clock. She and Dane had a date with some of Dane's friends and the moms, and they were all going to SeaWorld. SeaWorld puts on, in San Diego, SeaWorld puts on a Halloween extravaganza. They have some rides and haunts that are strictly Halloween, scary type things that kids love. And so they went off on that. Mikey said, okay, I'm calling a meeting to mind with the girls and Nanny and me. So we all sat on my bed and he said, okay, let's decide what we're going to do for dinner. And he said, who wants to do this? Well, I didn't want Mikey to keep going out. And, I said, let's just get In-N-Out burgers and bring them in. And Megan said, no, I vote for Korean barbecue. I thought, what the heck is that? And these kids have these gourmet tastes. They've traveled quite a bit with Mikey and Sabrina. And they love all kinds of things. Lizzie loves goulash from Hungary. And they're amazing. So Lizzie had something else in mind. She wanted sushi and whatever. So in the end, everybody voted for Korean barbecue. Now this was the third thing that I have never done in my life. And we walked into a restaurant we left at, I would say, 5:45, right on time for Mikey's plan. And he had made a reservation. We went into this restaurant, not a big one. I think it was called Shotgun or Shogun Korean barbecue. And it was quite crowded. And you walk in and we had a nice booth. And in the middle of the table is a grill where you order what meats or shrimp or whatever you want. They bring it and then you cook it with these big long pliers, I call them, but you know what they are. And you cook everything and then you have your little plates and there's all sorts of side dishes and everything. What a meal. 2 hours we were there and Mikey bought the all-you-can-eat plan. I never ate so much meat in all my life. He kept cooking meat and shrimp and everything. Of course, the shrimp had the heads and eyes on them, but you get a pair of scissors with everything. You kind of chop that off. And I'm not usually a red meat eater, but we had Hawaiian barbecues. We had sauces to dip pork bellies and short ribs and you name it in the meats, we had them. We liked, Megan particularly, she and I liked the Korean barbecue and the Hawaiian barbecue. Those were our favorites. I like the shrimp too. I'm a big shrimp lover. Mikey and Megan and Lizzie and I are out to dinner tonight. And as you can see, we have a very elaborate dinner here. What is it, Mikey?
Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue. And right now, we are barbecuing shrimp for Lizzie and Nanny over there. It's a barbecue. Mikey's putting some pork belly. What is that?
Pork belly.
Look at all that. Mikey's our cook for the night.
The salad was amazing.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Lizzie loved the salad, and we have all these little side dishes, which I have no idea what they are, but I'm anxious to dig in. I have rice and soup and salad, and we are having a lovely supper. Mommy and Dane are out at SeaWorld for the night, right?
For the spectacular, or whatever it
A
is.
Halloween spectacular.
Yeah.
So we're getting ready. How are our shrimp doing, Mikey?
We're starting.
Okay. Maggie's doing a good job with her chopsticks over there.
Yes.
And Mikey's cooking everything for us here. He's busy as a chef can be. Lizzie's cooking too. All these little kimchis and so we haven't tried this yet, have we, Mikey, though?
That's the one I just put on your plate.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I haven't tried that yet. What a lovely, lovely time we had. And it's just wonderful. I slept like a rock that night. I was up twice just to go to the bathroom and got back in bed, fell right to sleep. I think I slept about 10 hours that night. It must have been all the walking. I handled it fine. I never even got tired during the day. Now, I know you want to see the bags. So many of you want to see all my purses and bags. And that will be my next video, but that's going to take a little planning. I'll do that tomorrow. Today I'll be going over and visiting Moosey because I haven't seen him all weekend. The kids, some of the kids went. And by the way, his Dodgers, he is so happy with his Dodgers. They're winning. And gosh, he spent a good weekend. We kept sending him pictures and videos. So this video is just about San Diego and some of the activities that I thought I would never do in my life. And I did them, and I'm glad I did. So ladies, why don't you try and do something like this too? Think you would be proud of yourself. And even if you have some trouble with mobility or something, find a way. Put some braces on your knees or use your walker or something. And there's plenty of people that are going to help you out along the way. Well, I'm just leaving Mikey's home after the most wonderful weekend with Mikey and Sabrina and the 3 kids. Once we hit that lovely area on the 15 in around Lake Elsinore, I will put the camera on again. I have to close now because this is getting a little long, and I have to start preparing when I come home from seeing Moosey for the my collection of bags and big slouchy bags. And I think I'll probably have to do it outside because I have a rack out there I can hang some of them on and talk about them. So I hope you will enjoy the next video, which will be purses and bags. And this one, just a fun one. Thanks for watching, my friends. Don't forget to subscribe and comment about everything. I'd love it if you would. As you know, I appreciate every single one of you. Goodbye for now. God bless us all. And I'll see you real soon.